This is the process shot. I'm Michael. I ought to celebrate more often. And I've seen All on a Mardi Gras Day, a short documentary from Michal Pietrzyk made back in 2019. I hope I got that name right. It takes a look at a subculture of the Mardi Gras holiday and those who celebrate, more specifically the Mardi Gras Indians, who dress in elaborate feathered costumes which take months to design and construct, eventually leading to street battles of sorts during Mardi Gras celebrations to determine who is, in fact, the prettiest. The film follows Demond, a man working on a costume of his own, detailing the days and weeks leading into Mardi Gras and the meanings infused in his outfit and the images that it portrays, as well as what got him into this subculture, and, of course, the stress that increases with approaching deadlines. It's all worth it in the end, of course. This might all seem a bit vague, but the movie is designed a bit more around what's being said by Demond or about the Mardi Gras Indian traditions versus what he actually does throughout most of the film. That's not to say that there's more to listen to than to watch, but there is definitely a lot to take in on both ends. It is actually balanced out pretty well, thanks in part to the linear narrative being put forward and the overarching series of snapshots of Demond's costume being built from start to finish. The stories that he shares about Mardi Gras Indians of the past and present are extremely interesting, shining a light on a subculture which might otherwise go unheard of by most people. And we see facets of them in the images Demond makes and eventually wears. There's also a back and forth between pure real-life events as they happen and narrated footage, which all provides further coverage of what the process of creation is like for him and others. It's not until the end of the film that we get something completely immersed in the moment and driven entirely by visual information, when Mardi Gras finally hits and the Indians all come together, which itself is a moment that is genuinely amazing to see, given how little is initially shown of the greater subculture. Speaking of immersion, the film's cinematography is given a good amount of attention and variety, taking a more constructed approach during the quieter scenes of Demond working on his outfit, and letting the viewer take in the amount of labor that is actually done. Inversely, the film begins to flow a bit more freely when on the ground and in the heat of the action, making you a part of the celebration. Color design does seem a bit muted, but there's absolutely more than enough variety that it isn't bland or uninteresting. I just think it's underbalanced. Either way, while the short could have had a bit more vibrance to it, the point is not what it looks like, but what is shared. And in the end, the film's primary goal of giving the Mardi Gras Indians a way to spread their stories outside of their local communities is definitely achieved, while also being able to provide a smaller profile of what it means to be an Indian for those who take part. All on a Mardi Gras Day. Michal Pietrzyk, 2019. 4.5 stars. I'd recommend giving it a watch. That's it for this review. If you liked it, leave a like. If you have something to add, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. This is kind of a complex short with how much goes on over the runtime. I'm not even sure if I described it well enough in all of this. There was a lot of narration, though.